So let's prepare some stuff for the practice. It's gonna be first practice upper competition, which was on the 16th of October in Salerno. Went pretty good. So very clean final round. Guess if I need to remember, it was like one drop and a couple of fumbles, maybe 2-3 fumbles. So overall pretty clean. So yeah, now I'm back in Frankfurt and waiting for some easy practice session. So I guess I'm gonna be doing some separate moves, not all the sequences, not full routine with the music, just I'm gonna choose maybe like 5-6 different moves for my routine, which are the ones, pretty tricky ones, and I need to work extra on them. For the rest, I'm gonna repeat it around maybe 20 times, like I always do. So yeah, let's have some last preparations. Pretty much everything is here. Yeah, let's go. So first I'm gonna go up. Just need to put some music on, otherwise it's boring as hell. So yeah. What the music choice for today really doesn't matter. Whatever I like to hear, some rock, some breakbeat, just to give a good mood. Because yeah, as I told you, I'm not gonna be practicing today my routine at all. Just separate moves, but still need to have a little bit of the warm up. Warm up for the shoulders. I love to use this band actually. It's warming up very good without like spending half an hour on the stretching. Just straight up muscle, some joints warm up, and I'm ready to go. Yeah. The good thing is that I'm not gonna spend a lot of time warming up today because it's not doing any routine or any sequences, so I'm not moving that much actually with my legs. Only separate moves, but yeah, not that extreme. So yeah, if I'm talking about warm-up, what are the essentials would be the shoulders and the neck to warm up very good before practicing every time, because these are the parts of our body which are moving most during the Flair. And shoulders, yeah, okay, it's obvious, we need to make the moves with our legs. And then the neck, because every time we are throwing the bottles, we need to wash in one or another direction, so our neck can you need to turn very fast, and if you are not warming up properly, that can finish off very bad, yeah? And maybe some freestyle, buckle and team, just to start going. Hey, how are you? is some easy move just to keep on warming up. Again, that's how we button with the hair, so 20 times it's slow. Happening in this move. Misdirection, then roll it in properly so you can tap on this dot on the puller. This is always like super precise needs to be there. This exact move I need to really focus on how I'm throwing the tin on the two spins on the top of the puller, because sometimes it happens when I'm not paying that much attention to it and paying more attention to the tap and grab of the bottle, and this is why I throw it in a bit wrong. Sometimes it may not be spinning enough to make a proper tap with the puller, and then I need to be really precise. Somehow I still recover it. For example, in this move, when the last competition I made a kind of fumble, so I didn't close it that good. I still didn't drop, but I wouldn't, me personally, I wouldn't count it as I landed it on a competition, so I need to go for the perfection. So judges not gonna say anything to you. This was good. 6 months ago is like super stable, but still need to work on out. On this one, I just recently started to land it on the stage. Very important also here the lines of the pins. Throwing them properly, because as soon as I throw it in a bit in another line, I cannot make a proper tap of it, and means I cannot land it. Or I need to also very much focus on tapping it not too hard so the tin is not spinning that much as well. And in the meantime, I need to catch another tin in the left hand. So wrong split, wrong one, and you see the result. Hello. Super hard one. I already been telling you what I had this move from 2014. I invented it. I just put it in my routine in 2021, I guess, during the pandemic time. And I mean only now, after 4 or 5 years, I start to land it on the stage time to time. So to let you understand how hard it is. Like the hardest part probably there is like to catch two tins properly in left hand so I can split them straight away on the double lampshade. It's not even that difficult anymore to throw the bottle to the stall properly, but to make this split really fast. So yeah, I'm gonna stick for a while with this one. Well, having a little break after this 3 bottles, 2 tins. Let's have some chat. So, practice plan. Guys, how we are practicing? What is the best practice plan? There is no answer on this, like specifically for anyone. Right now, me personally, I am practicing mostly during the work days, so from Monday to Friday. Sometimes I'm also practicing on Sundays, because usually on Fridays, Saturdays we have an event. So this is why there it's pretty tricky to practice also. Well, yeah, so it's basically around like, I try to aim for 4 or 5 hours, 4 or 5 times a week. As I remember back in the days, I used to practice like 2 days, 1 day rest, 2 days, 1 day rest, and it pretty much was like the same, pretty like 4 days, 4 or 5 days of the practice session in a week. So it's pretty much the same, just I split it a bit differently. I'm not doing that often anymore, my routine with the music and the liquid inside the bottles. I do it maybe once a week. Then for the rest of the week, I'm mostly working on the sequences, like practicing separated working flares, separated juggling, and so on, like for like 15 times. And then separately moves, like today, for example, in a day, and for example, today is pretty easy. Practice session is gonna long maybe 1.5 hour, not more, to repeat all the moves. I already done 4 of the moves, and now I just need to do one more, the new one with the liquid transfer, and maybe behind the scenes, I'm not gonna film it, I'm gonna practice like maybe 10 times on the repeat my new 5 bottles moves. So I'm gonna keep it a secret for you still, and I'm gonna show it on the stage first. So yeah, guys, pretty much if you are aiming to practice for 4 or 5 times a week, already at least 2-3 hours a day, and making a proper plan of the practice, so you're not just coming up and doing freestyle, making an Instagram video and going home. No, like if you have a proper written plan, how much repetitions you want to make of one or another move, how much times you want to make the routine or the sequences, then it's going to be very productive already, or pretty much enough 2-3 hours a day. You know, no need to practice 8 hours, you know, to make these long practice sessions. It making sense. It made for me sense too, like back in the days when I just started to do Flair and just like trying to accumulate as much knowledge and basics as I could. I was practicing for pretty much like 8 hours at least a day, sometimes been arriving to 12 hours a day. Now for me, no reason to practice that much. I'm gonna just burn myself out like already after the second day, I believe. So there is no reason anymore to practice that much. Yeah. So I already pretty much learned the basics what I could and I wanted, and now I'm coming up with my moves and pretty much creating the routines and competing. So yeah. Again, let's repeat 4 or 5 times a week, 2-3 hours a day, with a good practice plan, more than enough. Okay, let's come back for practicing. Two last moves, and then pretty much we are done. Dry, refill the bottle, and over again like this for the 20 times to make it perfect liquid transfer. Not that complex move, like upgrade of the from my last move when I've been doing 360 and the snatch of the bottle. It's not that complex, but it's very hard to make a proper liquid transfer. Because for example, when I do the shadow pass with the liquid already, and I need to catch it properly, so liquid around the tin not gonna like go on the or around the tin. I need the liquid to be on the bottom. So when I throw the tins for the liquid transfer, all the liquid is there. Otherwise, like it happened in the last competition in Salerno, it happened that I didn't catch properly the tin for the shadow pass, and I pretty much did the move, but the liquid didn't came out. So all the idea of the move, actually, like not everyone understood it. Maybe only Alexander Stefanovic being in judging panel, he said to me he understood what I wanted to do, showing he may be a very good judge, eh? Here we go. transfer be more beautiful and going up much higher, so it can be very well visible, and as well I need to make it cleaner. So usually liquid transfer is not that hard to do, but then when you have to exchange it with the bottle in the middle of live object move, this is when it's becoming a bit tricky. You need to have a good timing, and as I told before, I need to make the liquid, give the liquid enough time to go down on the shakers so I can throw it out, and the stream of the water or alcohol be maybe good enough. It wasn't bad. It's taking more time to prepare for this move than to actually land the move. Then nothing, guys. I understood that by these vlogs is gonna be very hard to download some topics. So guys, if you have any questions, just write it down in the comments so I may answer it in the next video. Let me know what practice plan you use, so we can maybe compare them and see maybe something you have something that I may take for me actually. Well, there's the better way to fill up the bottles. You can use some syringe, for example. But now I'm not that fancy about this. To use it now, I feel if it's gonna be faster for me to use the working Flair bottle and just refill it really quick, because anyway it's practicing. For example, with the competition bottles and the competition coolers, I wouldn't do it because the metal cooler is like pretty big, and I don't want to damage my competition coolers, for example, and make them more bigger, so e-liquid can easier go out, you know, in case of the spill. So during the practice, I'm gonna use the working Flair bottle to fill it. Super good liquid transfer. I didn't catch half of it though. 10 times left. Then I'm gonna practice some 5 objects, 5 bottles more, the new one, and pretty much that's it. Easy practice session. 1.5 hours. You may think, is it productive then? Is it really productive to practice only like this, simple moves for 1.5 hours? Well, for me it making sense now, because I'm in a good shape, competition shape. So if I just came out from competition, and if I need to make my routine, now the competition routine is going to be pretty clean, so I don't need to work actually on all the routine, but I may pay more attention now to the separate moves which are I'm most likely to make mistakes in the competition. So putting 20% of the work and receiving 80% of the results. Okay, before the competition I'm gonna practice my routine and make more harder sessions lasting like 4 or 5 hours of time, and more repetitions and more sequences, and with the liquids is all around the bottle, and with the competition music and the ingredients. But now, as next competition I'm gonna have only in 1 month, maybe 3.5 weeks, have more than enough time, so I don't need to start to practice all my routine now, because as well, like I'm in proper practice now, I may risk to overplay. Like the one, please. Alright. Another 9 times. For today, done pretty much. I did my 14th one bottle liquid transfer move. I did my 5 bottle new move. I counted 19 laps, so I basically did like 10 times 14th one bottle. Then I started to do 5 bottles, and then I came back to 14th one bottle, then back to the 5 bottles, because otherwise it was too boring to practice. So I guess at least a bit of the fun, yeah? So yeah, now preparing the stuff, going home, rest, food, sleep, and tomorrow back. Tomorrow we'll see what we do. Probably I'm gonna training sequences, but not that much, maybe 5 times each. But we'll see how it's gonna be my mood tomorrow, yeah? So yeah, see you tomorrow.